So right off the bat, there's kind of this like soft ushering that I'm feeling towards this message, and I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you've probably been feeling it too, or this is your soft encouragement to just keep going. I feel like there's been this strain on whatever it is that you feel like you're meant to be doing, and it's been like a bit of a pushback or pressure almost, and it feels kind of like I'm hearing like a soft stain or like a difference in reality. I feel like you've been feeling like you're flowing in and out of something, or feeling like you're flowing in and out of flow state. And before I started this, I was praying and I was just like, what does this collective need to know? Like, I pray that you protect this message. And like, I just heard just click record, baby. Just click record. So there's this energy of just starting something, even when you don't feel prepared. And already this message is going to be something completely different from anything that I've ever recorded before, obviously, because I've never recorded this message, but also because I'm doing something a bit different, which is I'm recording in the dark. And that's something that I've never really done before, but I feel like there's this need to recognize, like, or unmask almost the truth of self. It's like confirmation work. It's like this authentic spirit. Can I put this into words? Uncensored, unfiltered, just straight. I was gonna say knowledge. The words that are coming to mind is like knowledge and dictatorship. And I don't think I don't know. I'm going to shuffle. I don't know specifically what that's pertaining to right at this moment, but I feel like we're going to get to that. And I feel like that's the emotion and that's the energy that Spirit wants you to be in. You're going to get to it. Today's energy has been so roller coaster ride. Like, I have felt ups, I have felt downs, I have felt angry, I've felt sad, I have felt happy, I have felt everything all in a time span of like 2 hours and 30 seconds. And it's like, I can laugh about it now, but 2 hours ago I probably was like, I don't know, there was just this energy of chaos. But through that chaos, it's not something that we're meant to be running away from, but something that we're meant to be sitting in. I feel like the darkness is something that Spirit wants us to be sitting in, because through darkness, you still grow. And now I'm being called to the imagery of plants. Plants still grow through the nighttime. They don't just stop growing. They don't only grow when the sun is shining on them. So you are like a plant, and you grow, whether you're in chaos, whether you're in, what's the opposite of chaos? I don't know right now. I'm not going to try and force myself to figure it out. But that's exactly the message. It's okay to not know whatever state you're in right now. It's okay to not know. It's okay to be overly indulged in something, and it's okay to be underindulged in other things. It's okay. Allow yourself to sit in the chaos, because the only way through it is through it. It's like, and when I say overly indulged, I did get the imagery of like, smoking or drinking, but I wasn't necessarily talking about that. I just meant something that you're overly focused on. Because only through you being overly focused on it can you realize that maybe you need to take a step back from it. And I feel like Spirit's using this time as a replication, as a, what is the word, Spirit? I heard indoctrination. What is that? Nonetheless, using this as kind of a means of implementation, like you going through this chaos, are you going through this stagnation? Are you going through this tenseness? Are you going through this fear? Whatever emotion, whatever raw, unfiltered emotions that you're feeling right now, you going through it without forcing yourself through it is leading you towards something that you would never felt like you would could overcome. And I feel like that's what Spirit's trying to tell you. It's like, this is not something that you cannot overcome. You're going through this for a reason. You're feeling these things for a reason. Taking a step back from these things is needed, yes, but you had to be so close to it to realize that you needed to take a step back from it in the first place. Everything is in alignment. Nothing happens for no reason. Don't beat yourself up over things that you feel like you had no control over. Because if you felt like you had no control over them, 9 times out of 10, you probably didn't. But what you do have control over is yourself. And what you should allow yourself to do is be yourself without feeling like you have to be more than that. And earlier I was out above, and I was talking with some people, and I just felt like this energy of like, I just didn't feel like showing up in the ways that I had ever showed up before. I felt like the imagery that not necessarily imagery, but I had already been feeling like I had little energy, and the people I was around felt like they wanted more energy from me, and I didn't give that to them. And then I came out of that situation thinking like, wow, maybe I should have given that energy to them. But then I was like, I had to stop myself. No, because if I had given them that energy, then what energy would I have had left for myself? Going hermit mode is not a bad thing. And that doesn't mean that you value anybody less than, or that doesn't mean that you love them any less than. That doesn't mean that you don't appreciate them. You don't have to prove your worth. You don't have to prove your love to anybody because you feel it. And the right people aren't going to judge you for the way that you show up. They will know your heart because you trust your intuition. They will know your heart because you trust your intuition. The only way somebody does not know your heart or will not know you is when you are not acting out of your most authentic self. When you are overgiving, when you are oversharing, when you are overdoing or overextending yourself or exerting yourself for means of being understood, when you really didn't have to do any of that, you are already understood and felt by the people that were meant to understand you. You are already worthy of being seen by the people that are meant to see you. You need to be that. And going back to this darkness, you need to be that person for yourself. To sit in that darkness alone and be open and vulnerable with yourself about it. How do you feel truly? What do you feel like doing truly? And then I just heard a knock. It's kind of like knocking on your heart. The imagery that I'm getting is you knocking on your own heart. Like, let me in. What do you feel? And now I'm getting guided. It's feeling emotional, but I'm being guided to a saying that I saw in a reading. It was like, show me where it hurts, so that way I can love you there the most. And I feel like this collective has felt like there was like a lack of support. It feels like, gosh, I feel like I've been walking this alone. I feel like I have nobody to call my home. That's what it feels like. And I know that you probably are hearing this and you're like, I don't need anybody to be my home. But still, on the inside, you're like, yeah, I do wish that I could. I feel like this is a collective that has been like alone or like in a lone season for a while, but you were never truly alone. But I know that it can be really difficult when you feel surrounded by a group of people and you don't resonate with any of them. So it does make you feel truly isolated and alone, because it's like you'll be sitting in a circle, a group of people, and they're all laughing at a joke that you never found funny. So it's like Spirit's calling you to go within and be at home for yourself. Talking to your inner child more. Who do you want to be? Who do you want to allow in? How can I allow myself into myself? That's the question that you need to be asking right now in this darkness, in this season, in this phase, because I do feel like it's an integration phase. There we go. Thank you, Spirit. The word came. Didn't I say I was going to let it go and it was going to come back to me? Thank you, Spirit. Whatever imagery, whatever feelings that you're getting right now, specifically right now, feel them through. Don't force them to go away. Don't feel like you have to change them to align yourself to a higher timeline. Don't feel like you have to be anything different other than yourself, because you are meant to be exactly where you are. And the imagery that you're being given is exactly what you're meant to be given. You're meant to love it and accept it as it is without identifying too much as it. Experience. It's an experience. And I'm going to be wise with my words. I'm not here to tell you what you're meant and not meant to be doing. So if you feel like antagonized by that, or like this is pressure in my heart space as I'm saying it, you are allowed to do whatever it is that you feel like doing. There is no right or wrong way of showing up. You are worthy of love and that appreciation, of that adoration, of being seen, of being admired, of being heard, simply by you being yourself, whatever that looks like to you, through your chaos, through your tears, through your anger, through your sad, through your confusion, through your happiness, through your joyfulness, through your play. They are all parts of you. Do not disclude parts of yourself because you feel like one or the other is better or worse. Because they are all parts of you. Do not discredit yourself for any version of you, because you are meant to be seen exactly as you are. You are meant to be experienced. You came to this earth to experience and to be experienced, and you are robbing people of their true nature when you do not allow yourself to show up as yourself, because they don't get it. It's like they don't get to experience the full version of you that they're meant to be learning from, because you're holding back, because you're scared of them experiencing you. Let them. Don't rob yourself of your ability to be experienced because you're scared of how the experience may go, or you're scared of how you may be perceived, because you are meant to be perceived exactly as somebody should. What matters is that you perceive yourself as home. As home. I know I just said I was going to be wise with my words, and meant to and should have been like, you guys, take this with a grain of salt. If this doesn't feel right within you, click off, because I'm not going to hold you for longer than I feel like. I'm probably going to go into a second message because I don't want this one to be long. But I pray that this found the right people. Show up as you. You are beautiful. You deserve love. You deserve to be seen. You deserve to be heard. You deserve to be felt. You deserve to be experienced just as much as you allow yourself to experience others. I love you, soul family. I love you, collective. I love you, beautiful stars. I shall see you in the next one.